Arlan Hamilton says that the next Black millionaires are coming from AI and YouTube, not corporate contracts, not tech, not even venture capitalists. The next ones will be from AI and YouTube. Arlan came to Atlanta, and instead of just listening, I took some notes, and I want to share those notes with you so that you can monetize your message. If you're new to the channel, I'm Evolved into the Speaking for Profit strategist. In the last 5 years, I've helped speakers and consultants just like you secure the bag by going on stages and in boardrooms around the world and creating major impact. But today I want to talk to you about my mentor, Arlan Hamilton. For folks who don't know her, she started off homeless in the San Francisco Bay Area, living in the airport. And she also struggled with alcoholism at that time. It just has a very interesting journey. But what I appreciate about her is that she has made it her mission to help Black and brown entrepreneurs secure the bag and be able to build amazing, innovative businesses. So just because she was in the Bay Area, she was like, okay, I have an opportunity here to support folks. So instead of going and creating her own company and technology, she said people, Black people, brown people, LGBT folks need funding. And one of the first things that she did was she became a venture capitalist, and she started raising hundreds of millions of dollars for Black and brown businesses so that they could be successful. So she's an angel investor. She's also started her own companies. She has an amazing YouTube channel with hundreds of thousands of subscribers. And I have been working with her the last year, but she came to Atlanta, Georgia, where I live, and she came to the Gathering Spot, an amazing space for business owners. If you are in Atlanta, you should check it out. It was just a beautiful venue. What I loved about it is it felt really safe. They had some exclusive parking for us, and she was there to speak to us about what does it mean to monetize what we know. And one of the reasons that she was here in Atlanta, she actually had just came from New York doing a fireside chat, but it's her mission to help all of the Black women who got laid off the last year due to government contracts and jobs being cut, and also due to the political climate. So today in this video, I'm going to talk to you about the notes that I got from that event. What are some strategies that you can utilize to become a part of the artificial intelligence or YouTube game, and how Arlan in particular is monetizing her message. Stay to the end because I have something really cool that I want to share with you that I think can help you get started today, building your business and monetizing your message with AI and YouTube. So one of Arlan's missions is to help 1,000 Black people become millionaires. And she actually wrote a book that you can check out called Your First Million. But during that event, what really set with me was Arlan spoke to us about how we're all sitting on top of $1 million business and $1 million asset. And many of us have taken our expertise and taken them to the stage or to corporate training. But what does it look like to create a digital asset that can really help and support people? So instead of just monetizing your message and having to actually utilize your body by going to different parts of the world to speak, which I love to do, what does it look like to put that into a product that you can sell and leverage to customers that might need your support? So for instance, maybe you have an amazing idea around communication. I know I work with several clients who are very great with communication, even people who support folks who communicate past conflict or just becoming better speakers. So once you have your digital product and your idea, it's really important that you start to understand what it means to start an online business. And what Arlan talked about is what's great is now we have artificial intelligence, which not only allows us to grow our ideas, but allows us to do it a lot quicker. So when I first started my online business, I had to hire someone to create a landing page for me. I had to hire someone to support me with my sales copy. Sometimes I had to hire someone to support me with the actual traffic to the sales page, so people to look at it and purchase and buy. But now there's so many AI products that can shorten that and also lessen the financial burden. So this isn't a video about like not hiring people, but we know when you're first getting started, it's not going to be something that you just have money to do right away. So there are products and services like Lovable AI, which Arlan talked about, of course, Claude and ChatGPT, which allow you to create this cycle a little bit quicker. So let's say, for instance, you have a product that you want to sell, like maybe it's me. I have a public speaking course that I want to sell. Instead of hiring someone to do that, I can put it into Lovable AI and I can create a sales page in about 30 minutes. Instead of waiting 30 hours for someone else to create it, I can work it out with my assistant Claude and figure out some market research around my audience. What are some of the pains? What are some of the celebrations that they have around public speaking? And instead of it taking me 6 months or 6 weeks to create this product, I can do it in a weekend. The other thing that's really important about Arlan's talk that I took notes on is it's not just about artificial intelligence, but also about the power of YouTube. And YouTube, which you are watching this video on today, is a powerful resource because it doesn't just connect you with people locally, it connects you with people around the world. It's also one of the most powerful search engines. So for folks who are searching probably more about Arlan Hamilton, you might have found this video, right? If you're searching more about artificial intelligence and how to monetize your message, or even how to utilize YouTube, you might have found this because it's a search engine. So it's a powerful, powerful tool that allows us to connect with people globally. I remember when I posted one of my first public speaking videos here on YouTube, someone reached out to me all the way from across the pond, as they say, and reached out and said that this video was supporting them in learning how to speak English. So you just never know the impact that you're gonna have. And because YouTube is a global platform, it goes so far. So YouTube has been powerful for Arlan. She started off just like many of us with 0 subscribers and has grew it to over 100,000. And what she breaks down in her amazing program, Arlan's All Access, which I'm a member of, is not only how to start your YouTube channel, but how to connect that to a digital asset, which is your Skool community. So Skool is a powerful community space where you can get started and you can have a community, you can have classroom, you can have meetings for $9 a month, y'all. $9 a month, all in one space. Literally, it's taking care of Zoom. If you wanted to like get on calls with people, it's taking care of building community. There's a community space where people can interact. And then there's also a space in the classroom where you can upload training and development or workbooks or whatever you want to share with your community. So not only is she talking about how to get started during this conversation, she's also talking to us about the power of doing it at low cost so that we can build profit in our business before we get started and really start on a great platform like Skool. So I'm taking Arlan's advice and I would suggest that you take it as well. I've already started to do this within my business. Speaking for Profit University, we have a Skool community called the Profitable Speaker Circle, where I help people create their signature talk and land their first paid speaking engagement. But there's other products and services that go along with that. So Skool is great for community and really getting people established and getting that first group of people in. But once you are on Skool, you might have ideas around creating other products and services, and maybe you don't want it to necessarily have a community aspect to it. So one of the other products that Arlan spoke about was StanStore. StanStore is another amazing product where you can upload digital assets like courses, workbooks. Maybe you did a masterclass or a workshop. You can upload that there and folks can purchase it from StanStore. One of the products that I use to run my online business, which I still love to this day, is Kajabi. And I will leave the link to Kajabi actually in the show notes so that you can get access to a 30-day trial if you want to try it out. What I love particular about Kajabi is that it's an all-in-one platform. So you can send out emails, you can send out SMS messages, you can create your course, you can create a coaching program, you can create a podcast. It's just so much that you can do. But in order to start with Kajabi, you probably need to have at least $100 a month. So what I appreciate about Arlan, and with StanStore, right? Like with StanStore as well, you need to have $100 a month. But what I appreciate about Arlan in particular is that she really has focused on what are ways to monetize and get started for low cost and for different people. Maybe you only have $20 and you're ready to get this thing started. Literally, if you use Lovable AI and also Skool has a free trial, then you can get started today, right? So, or maybe you have $500 and you want to invest a little bit more. There are other platforms that you can utilize. The way that I'm going to utilize this is I am working on building a work from anywhere business. A business that if I decide to stay here, my family and I here in Atlanta, we can thrive. Or if we decide to move somewhere outside of the country, we can thrive as well. And in order to build that type of business, you have to have strong digital products and assets that can support people from around the world. So I'm going to take these notes and I'm going to build that, and I'm going to continue to share with you what that process looks like for me on the back end. Arlan, if you're watching this video, I just want to thank you for coming through to Atlanta and dropping us with so much knowledge and so many gems. It was just amazing to meet you again in person and to have this conversation. Y'all, the room was powerful. There were so many Black women in the space who were there because they're physicians or dietitians or maybe they're dancers or artists. And in the last year, they lost their employment. So they were literally coming to this event looking to Arlan for what's the next step. And most folks know that artificial intelligence, YouTube, creating your own content, creating your own economy is the next step for many of us. Imagine having money coming into your business every month and not having to rely on anyone else to do that. Of course, you'll have clients and customers, and there's always strategies around making sure you're building great relationships with them, but you don't have to worry about the government coming in and cutting your job. And next thing you know, you don't have enough to pay your rent. So I really appreciated the workshop. I hope that these notes can help you build what you're building next as well. And I told you, if you stayed to the end, I had a special gift for you. Arlan's All Access is such a great community. So I'm actually going to drop the link to that here in the show notes so that you can check it out. In Arlan's All Access, Arlan breaks down how to create a community on Skool, and it's literally step A through Z. Everything that you need to know in order to build a community, from naming your community to how to get traffic to it, how to use Skool as a platform. And she specializes in creating a community and also creating a YouTube channel. So if you've been thinking about creating a YouTube channel and you're like, how do I do this? What should I name it? What should be my first video? How do I create a thumbnail? How do I upload it? All of those questions that come up when we're being a creator, she does that as well. And she's literally helped creators just like you and I make hundreds of thousands of dollars online. But what's even more powerful about it, she continues to show her journey. So what I appreciate about her is she's not just driving the car, she's taking us under the lid and showing us her numbers and how she's getting there as well. YouTube is also powerful, y'all, which I didn't mention earlier, because you can monetize it. So at some point, you get to a point, you get 1,000 to 2,000 subscribers, you have watch hours, and you're getting paid AdSense every month on videos. So Arlan is like teaching us multiple ways to make money from one vehicle. You'll have your digital products, maybe you'll be doing some coaching or some consulting, and then you're also going to have YouTube that's paying you. And then there's also strategies within Arlan's All Access around creating your own affiliate income. So within one community, for $100 a month, you're learning 4 ways to bring money into a business that allows you to have work from anywhere freedom. I think that that's powerful, and I want to give you access to that. The other thing is, if you join Arlan's All Access and you use my link, I get a kickback as well. So if this video was helpful for you and you want to support the channel, that's a way that you can do that. What I want you to know is that you have the power to monetize what you know and monetize your message and create a business that allows you to work from anywhere. And I hope that you take advantage of it today and get started today. Thank you so much for watching. If this was helpful, please like and subscribe, and I will see you in the next video. All right, peace.